This is Joe Nedney from the San Francisco 49ers, and you're listening to Jim on Base.
Welcome back to another episode of the Jim on Base Show. We're here at Ruby Hill with the great Joe Nedney. And Joe, it's good to see you. What brings you out today?
Keena and the Boys and Girls Club. I mean, it's always cool to come out here and do some golfing, see some fellow alum, meet some people. Beautiful day. It's not too hot. Yeah. It's a perfect day out here right now. So yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
And how is the stroke looking these days?
Intermittently good, I'd say. You know, I'm capable of greatness, and I'm also capable of, so it's kind of a crapshoot every time I swing at it. But I don't get to do a lot of athletic stuff as far as that's concerned anymore. So it's my one way to kind of get out here and kind of work the body out a little bit. So looking forward to it.
Well, you have so many great current Niners here and alumni. So when you think back, were there any really good teammates that were really good at golf?
Oh gosh, well, you remember, so I'm a place kicker, right? And so with all the teams that I played with, stereotypically the kickers and the punters were always good golfers because we had the most free time. And so, but the thing is that it just like with me at least, swinging at a ball, that was what I did for a living. And you get really obsessive with how you swing at a football. At least I did. And I mean, you got to learn how to hit a power fade or a cut or a draw or hit a low rocket shot through the wind or whatever it is, dealing with different field conditions and weather conditions and things like that. You're so into it that what I found was when I was swinging at a golf ball, my brain would go into that same thing and I'd be expecting perfection every time. But I know that in order to do it, the amount of time that comes into making it, perfecting that craft, it's a lot of time. And so I decided to start separating myself from that and play golf recreationally and have no expectations, because I know if I got my head into it, it was going to be the same thing that I just got out of for the 15 years I was kicking a ball. So I have a whole different mentality now when I come and play. But to answer your question all the way around, it seemed like didn't matter. I'd say quarterbacks and kickers, and it was like I played with Craig Hentrick. He was a punter for the Packers and the Tennessee Titans when I was with teammates. He was an amazing golfer. When I was with the Arizona Cardinals, we always went out and played with Jake Plummer, and Dave Brown was a backup quarterback then. He was a pretty good golfer. Andy Lee always swung the ball really well, punter for the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, there was a lot of guys. Sean Hill, Alex Smith, always loved to watch them hit a ball. So we had fun together, and there was always kind of low expectations when we got out on the golf course too, which was fun.
That's a good answer. And when it comes to like growing up, you're from San Jose, right? Yeah. And I had Jeff Garcia on recently, San Jose State guys. I think you guys just missed each other there, but you played together?
3 years, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he played 1 year at Gavilan, I believe, and then transferred as a sophomore to San Jose State, and I was a freshman. So we played 3 years together. He was actually my holder for 3 years as a quarterback, which was a tribute to him, because he would go out there and be on 12 play drives, 15 play drives that would stall out, and then he'd have to kneel down and catch a snap and put it down for me to kick a ball. So, yeah, we were teammates, and he's another good guy, local guy that's done well.
So did you grow up a Niner fan then, or who were your teams growing up?
Absolutely. No, when I was a kid, so the Raiders, you'd think that if I'm a Bay Area guy, I would have been Raiders and Niners, but the Raiders moved to L.A., and so when I was a kid, and then during the 80s, the late 70s and 80s, when I started to notice NFL football, that was when Joe Montana had, he was a young guy, and I got Montana to Clark and the first Super Bowl. I was baptized to football watching the Niners win championships. And so, walking here and seeing the 5 trophies and just kind of going, this is just, I'm an alum, but I'm a fan, and I've always been one. So there's always this 12-year-old kid that kind of jumps out and goes, this is so cool, So anyway, I'm always here having fun. It's just kind of a neat thing. Like right now, as we're talking right behind me, I'm looking at Ronnie Lott. That's just the coolest thing ever. He was my hero. That's just cool. So it's all a circle, roundabout kind of thing. Love it.
It's good stuff. It's like 49er fantasy camp here.
Totally.
And then you look around too, and you got current and past guys. So events like this keep everyone linked together, right?
Yeah, it's one of the fun things about being an alum, and especially for the 49ers. This team has such a family mentality, and it starts back from, of course, Eddie DeBartolo and how he treated guys like Keena and Ronnie Lott and Joe Montana, and there's testimonials to how they all stuck together. And sometimes, outside of football, when it was all said and done, still taking care of each other, making sure everybody's doing okay and keeping tabs on people. That doesn't happen a lot in the NFL because it's such a transient kind of existence. But for whatever reason, you know, it's stuck here. And Jed's continued to do that, and I appreciate that about him. And it shows when Keena holds something. He's got a lot of boys that show up, you know, and people that just are loyal to him. You know, whatever you need, man, I'm here. And that's kind of what's cool about the brotherhood. And it's something that the 49ers created. It's something Keena's created. He's been a part of it. I got to kind of come in as a player and see Keena as, you know, an alum and watch the way that he functioned. And it's sort of a blueprint on how to do it right. So, again, you know, I'm grateful, I'm happy, I'm proud, and still I'm that 12-year-old kid. It's like, this is the coolest thing ever. So, anyway.
Well, I'm excited to see you kick some ass on the golf course.
Right.
And thanks for supporting a great cause, Boys and Girls Club at Tracy, and
Yes.
it's good to see you.
That's a pleasure, man. This is really cool. And I will be doing a lot of damage to the golf course, unfortunately, today.
Well, I'll be doing more. That's why I'm not playing. So
That's perfect. Perfect. No, it's a pleasure.